Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Not Your Average Josh, back here this time for a TV review. I haven't done a TV review for a full season yet. I don't believe I did discuss a few of the episodes of House of the Dragon and Andor last year. I'm not sure if this is going to end up just being a limited series or if they're going to make multiple seasons of different characters involved here. But it is of the TV show Beef on Netflix. I was completely enamored with this show. Me and my roommate, we literally binged it in a couple of days, all 10 episodes of this. Had such a good time with this show. But before I get into my review, I do want to say, leave a comment, hit that like button. If this is your first time watching any of my videos, you can hit that subscribe button as well. Or if you're a returning viewer, that is very much appreciated. And you can follow me on TikTok and add me on Snapchat, where I will post content similar to this. But for the most part, my content will be here on this YouTube channel, Not Your Average Josh. Let's get into this review of Beef. Directing credits go to Jake Schreier for 6 episodes, Hikari for 3 episodes, and Lee Sung-jin for 1 episode. 10 episode series so far was written by Lee Sung-jin and also created by him. The writing credits also go to Jean Keong Fraser, Marie Han-yeon Nguyen, and Kevin Rosen. Sorry if I butchered your name, especially Marie. I am sorry. Beef is the story of 2 people that let a road rage incident burrow into their minds and slowly consume their every thought and actions, leading to a sequence of events that is very unexpected. I thought the concept was very interesting. This comedy slash drama. Steven Yeun playing this guy Danny Cho, and then Ali Wong playing this woman Amy Lau. And really 2 people from different sets of life, living both in California, and then just end up getting into this road rage incident. And how one thing, I love stories where you have the butterfly effect take place and take fold and really be a central part of where the story goes. And you just have this one incident that is so relatable, and that is just so much of what this show is and why I think it worked for so many people, and especially for me. The road rage incident. We've all, I don't care who you are, been in incidents in traffic where either you get mad at someone or someone else gets mad at you, and you have that little 1 to 2 second moment where maybe you're already having a bad day, shit maybe going on in your life, or you just may be getting pissed at how egregious of what someone did on the road or what you think is egregious. And you have that split moment where you're like, I want to fucking kill that guy. Like not in a way that you're going to do it, but we all have had just that dark side of us when, like I said, we could be flustered, could be having a really bad day, and just one thing that someone does, it's not even really what they did. You're just pissed about something else that's going on. And this show really plays on that just so well. Like the writing within this show, how everything becomes so interconnected. Some of the best shows do this, the interconnection between storylines where something will happen with one character that ends up affecting another character where you had no idea would. They do it just so well in this show. And I thought with the episodes really not being too long, I think most episodes were about 30 to 40 minutes. The pacing was so very well done. They felt like long episodes, but they never felt like they were overstaying their welcome. And a part of that was just, I just wanted to keep seeing what was going to happen. The acting, obviously, the 2 main people who are going to be noticed the most is Steven Yeun and Ali Wong. They were just great in this. Steven Yeun playing this type of character, really this guy who was just such a hard worker, just trying to do anything he can in life. And really at the beginning of this series, even though he's already made some pretty egregious errors that we find out later on in it, you have this guy who is trying to do things by the book as much as he can. He's not trying to do some of the illegal shit, especially because you find out they've already been caught up with some shit that his cousin, who we find out is really just a very volatile, toxic person to be around, who gets you involved with shit that you shouldn't be involved with. And the whole idea of him just being a hard worker, just trying to help him and his brother, who obviously you learn some things down the line that he stepped the line over in terms of not just protecting his brother, but just being overbearing and being codependent in that way, which was very interesting how they play on that. And just how Steven Yeun, he wants to get ahead in life, and then he gets to the point where he does certain things that are out of line with that, and that coincides with the shit that he's doing to Ali Wong. And you get to her character, Ali Wong, playing this lady, Amy Lau, who is in a marriage at this point. She has a young daughter, and you just immediately, from the first moments in that first episode, you see that, of course, with the road rage incident that happens, obviously they're both in bad places in their life. Go into her life and what's going on with that, and then how her husband is just this yes man type of guy, not much of a backbone to him, and to see how his character involved, I thought was really neat as well. And then just see how unhappy Amy Lau was, in this interesting concept, the old adage, it doesn't matter how much you have, nothing lasts. They really play into that so much in this movie, how she's very well off, but immediately you can see she's in this constant, she's in the rat race of, we got to get more, eventually get a bigger house, do more renovations, and you can see it's just eating away at her, this like societal pressure to constantly level up and to get to a higher level in life. She's doing all the things that on the surface you think, oh, that is what should make you happy in life. You know, she has all the security she needs, all the money, she's working a really great job, but then you just go down deeper in, she doesn't really necessarily like her job as much as she could. She's working too much. She would rather be at home, but then she thinks about being at home and she's not necessarily happy with that. She's very uncertain and just not well with her place in life, I think. And you see that with Steven Yeun as well. And the mirroring of their characters was just so well done. And I'm not going to get too deep into this series. I could definitely go episode by episode on the things I liked and whatnot. This is just more of going to be a very general review here. I'm just really touching on a lot of different things here. We're not going to go too deep into it as I could, or this would be a very long video, because I really probably could. And maybe if I have time, if I really go back and watch the show again, I might do a video later on. How this movie ends up with episode 10. Again, if you've seen this show, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but the way they wrap around everything and finally bring Steven Yeun and Ali Wong's character together to really be, for the whole episode, be around each other and actually just finally have a conversation. They eat some poisonous stuff at where they're at, and that causes them to not only get sick, but have this sort of basically psychedelic trip, and then they end up becoming closer in that way. And just because they end up having this long ass conversation at night and really getting down to the roots, almost having a therapy session with themselves, just opening up, speaking from the heart. And really, I think that's what the message, if there is a message for this show, which I don't think there is an intentional message, which I think is one of the reasons why I like it and a lot of people like it, doesn't feel like there's an agenda being pushed. First, you can look at that and be like, oh, they're just, you might just think, again, woke shit at this point. That's just almost like a buzzword in and of itself for many ways. It was really awesome to see a majority Asian cast here, because it wasn't like it was all Asian cast. They had some other people in here, seeing Andrew Santino in here, Solomon House Party earlier this year, and I will say, I don't know how I felt about his character and the Bobby character in this. They felt like very awkward. The dialogue within each scene where it was just them, it just felt very weird and just like, what is going on here? That is really, I guess, what their characters are supposed to be. These kind of like almost dim-witty guys that are just being involved in this shit that don't really know what's going on. I can't commend the writing enough on how they kept everything together throughout this series. The writing, again, the intricacies of it, the woven pattern and the tangled webs we weave, and just how one action, again, begots another action, and this cause and effect thing, again, the butterfly effect, just all those concepts within each scene, the writing. There would just be all these cringy moments, and I watched some of the interviews with Steven Yeun, Ali Wong, some of the other people involved in the show. They talked about it in one of the interviews a fair amount of how if you can't handle the cringe in this show, maybe that says something about you. And just the fact that there's literally cringy moments, like it felt like almost every scene, there's a moment where you're like, and it's not that cringe where, at least for me, where I felt like I need to take my eyes off this. It was the cringe where like it's so relatable, and there's certain situations where you're like, I know exactly how I feel in this moment, and I don't know what I do. Like there's so many moments like that in this show, along with just the drama of the events that are taking place. Taking sides, I'm sure audience members will have, especially if you're in a relationship. For me and my roommate, we're definitely on Steven Yeun's side. That's my main thoughts on Beef. I'm going to give Beef a 9.5 out of 10. What do you guys think? It's just really my brief thoughts on it. I could go really deep into this show. 10 episodes, very intricate, a lot of stuff going on, but those are my main thoughts there. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment down below. Did you like this series? Was it too cringy for you? Did you just not really work for you that much? Whatever you think, leave a comment, leave a like. And if this is your first time watching any of my videos, hit that subscribe button as well. You can also follow me on TikTok and add me on Snapchat, where I'll post content similar to this. But for the most part, my content will be here on this YouTube channel, Not Your Average Josh. So again, I appreciate all the support. Be looking for more videos very soon, and I will talk to you guys later.